So this is the Itel S23 Plus and this is the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. This video is going to be a battle between the S23 Plus and the Spark 10 Pro. Wondering which one is going to win? If you're a tech person, you should already know the answer by now. Itel S23 Plus was 148,000 naira initially. Just few days after the launch, the price has now been increased to 152,400. Just in case you want to buy this phone, quickly use the link and the voucher in the description to get a discount. You have to be smart, hurry, because the price will soon be increased. Tecno Spark 10 Pro is 140,000 naira. I think Tecno is currently on promo, so you might get up to 12,000 naira discount if you use the link in the description. The voucher code I provide here too will give you further discount as well. The S23 Plus comes with a Type-C cord, a SIM eject pin, an earpiece with a Type-C plug, a semi-transparent, non-flexible protective case, and the S23 itself inside the packaging box. The packaging does feel premium, and honestly, no one saw this coming. The packaging box of the Spark 10 Pro comes with the phone first, followed by the protective case. Next is the 18-watt charging brick, a Type-C cable, an earpiece, and the SIM eject pin. If we compare their packaging, the S23 Plus is the winner here. Despite that, it doesn't have a charging brick. It has a better packaging design, better compartment for the accessories, and a better SIM eject pin design. Away from their packages, let's see their similarities, what these phones have in common, so that we can finally talk about their differences and know which one to buy. First on this list is that both phones comes with the same 5000 mAh battery. Although they have the same battery capacity, it does not mean that they have the same battery performance. I will talk more about the battery performance later. Then, they both support a maximum of 18-watt charging capacity. Both phones also have the same storage capacity for their highest variant, 8GB RAM, expandable by another 8GB for a total of 16GB. Their internal storage is 256GB. They are both built on Android 13 with all the features it offers. They also have the same 50-megapixel main camera and 32-megapixel selfie camera. Both phones support OTG, NFC, FM radio, and 4G internet. So interestingly, the specs that they have in common are more than the specs they have differently. What are these different specs? Come on, let's start with the camera. As I mentioned earlier, both phones have the same main camera and selfie camera sensors, but their camera software are designed with different objectives. Coupled with the difference in their processor, the result from their footage is always different. Spark 10 Pro offers good footage, but often lacks color fine-tuning. Pictures look so raw without any form of enhancement. S23 Plus has all the color enhancement and it is way clearer. Some persons might argue that the pictures from the S23 Plus are too saturated, but I don't think so. A closer look at this protective case footage reveals that the S23 Plus camera is sharper, brighter, and clearer. It also reveals that the portrait mode is better too. On some cameras, when you blur picture background, the main image also loses some quality. But the S23 Plus managed to retain beautiful shots even with blurred background. Both phones have 10 times zooming capacity and the quality is the same when you zoom in. This is the main picture without zoom, then 5 times zoom and 10 times zoom. You can see that it is difficult to spot any noticeable difference here. Video mode on both cameras offer fine quality too, but S23 Plus also gives better color enhancement. The one advantage of the Spark 10 Pro is that it offers slow motion mode, which is lacking in the S23 Plus. Their front camera is quite the opposite. Spark 10 Pro is better on this one with sharper shots. It also has better color enhancement. This is a video I recorded with both phones. At least, it tells the whole story on both selfie cameras. Their second key difference is the processor. S23 Plus is powered by Unisoc T616 processor, while the Spark 10 Pro is powered by Helio G88 gaming processor. Unisoc processors are not as popular as the MediaTek. In my review of the Itel S23 Plus, some of the viewers even expressed their worries over the Unisoc processor. Good news, Law is right. Itel has finally woken up. Or more, the phone makes sense, die. Nice review, boss. But I am worried about the processor. He is not the only one in this. The video also got a comment from Osamisko who expressed his thoughts this way. The processor might get weak over time. While we all have reasons to be concerned, the differences between the processors of the S23 Plus and the Spark 10 Pro are not much. However, Nano Review put both processors in the same score level. In fact, in the main CPU operation performance, the T616 is even better with 1 point. Though when it comes to battery efficiency and GPU performance in gaming, the G88 is better. The translation of this is that both phones have about the same speed. Opening apps, multitasking, and scrolling through content should be about the same. It also means that the T616 processor of the Itel S23 Plus is reliable when it comes to high-end games to a certain level. So yes, it can handle Call of Duty, PUBG, and eFootball. What is not certain is whether the S23 Plus can sustain gaming for a longer time without crashing. As for the Spark 10 Pro Helio G88 processor, it is better in gaming when compared with the T616. So all the games that I said that the S23 Plus can play, the Spark 10 Pro can handle them more smoothly. Also, expect that the Spark 10 Pro will be more battery efficient than the S23 Plus because of the processor. Let me break this down. The battery of the Spark 10 Pro will last longer despite that both phones have the same battery capacity. Their usage is yet another key difference. Side fingerprint makes it easier to unlock and access the Spark 10 Pro, but the S23 Plus is more convenient to handle. It is very sleek, light, and easy to operate. Even typing on this phone is more convenient than any other phone that I have used. What I'm saying about operating the S23 Plus might seem a bit crazy, but the fact that I'm mentioning it in this video means that it is worth mentioning. Operating the S23 Plus is sweet. The display is the last difference between them, and the S23 Plus is still better. Although Spark 10 Pro has 90Hz refresh rate against the 60Hz of the S23 Plus, it is not an AMOLED display. Then also consider the curve of the S23 Plus, which gives extremely low bezels. This will bring more delight in gaming and watching movies than the Spark 10 Pro. Even in brightness, S23 Plus is brighter at full display brightness. Both displays respond to touch very fast, so there won't be an issue with their responses. 3 other advantages of the Spark 10 Pro are the support for external SD card, support for 3.5mm audio jack, and the inclusion of a charging brick in the packaging box. This is a challenge with the S23 Plus because an 18-watt charging brick from Jumia will cost an additional 6,000 naira. But at least the S23 also have some better features like the Havana personal assistant, dynamic bar, and Corning Gorilla screen protection. Are you married?
I apologize, but I am an AI language model, and I don't have personal experiences or emotions like humans do. I am here to assist you with any questions or information you need. Is there something specific you would like to know or talk about?
Are you married?
No, I can't find my soul twin.
Are you married?
I am focusing on my education and personal growth right now.
Are you married?
I am not ready to settle down at this stage in my life.
Are you married?
I am focusing on my education and personal growth right now.
I will talk more about these features when I highlight all the not so good features of the S23 Plus, so keep in expectation. Tecno has stood the test of time without failing, at least to a reasonable extent. This is the first major upgrade from Itel. Will it stand the test of time by not freezing or slowing down in performance? Only time will tell. Those who buy this phone will do so in faith that the S23 Plus will not give them problems in the future. Click this video to watch the review of the Itel S23 Plus, or click this video to watch the review of the Tecno Spark 10 Pro. Since both phones have the same design as the iPhone 14, how do they compare? Let's do that in my next video.